Bonjour YouTube, welcome back to Talking Thursdays. Today I am only one in the video because today is an episode about the kombucha, part 2. Now, before I continue and start and get into the episode, I would like to say that the experiment that we did in the beginning by the old recipe from USSR kind of gave me unknown results. I know we were so, we were so confident, yeah, it's gonna work. Eventually it all worked, of course. I have this two beautiful scobies that I grew at home here by myself, but I have a little bit of a story, so let's go. So what happened, as you remember in the first episode, we told you that in the ex-USSR territory, or in Russia, they grow their SCOBY from tea, sugar and vinegar. They put vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and it works. So I thought, you know what, let's do it, because this is how our neighbors, like when I was growing up, this is how they were making it. So I did it, and it gave I saw some SCOBY growing and stuff. Then I've also done my research, and I saw that all the English speaking and the French speaking channels have been saying on YouTube that you cannot do that with vinegar, you will grow a vinegar mother. Now, so I still, just to give you an idea, I didn't only rely on YouTube. I got this book, an amazing book. It's called Kombucha. This one is a French version, but it's actually a German guy, German writer who's done great work on kombucha. His name is Gunther W Frank. So Gunther Frank. And this book exists in different languages. It exists in English, in French. This is the French version, but you can get it in the language that you understand. And so over here, he mentions that you shouldn't be using the apple cider vinegar. Now, in American videos that I've seen, people say that to give it a little bit of a kick in the beginning, you can use distilled vinegar. So as long as it's not vinegar that's alive. So like apple cider vinegar may have some vinegar bacteria inside, and then it can alter or overpower the kombucha. So what I've done is I've done the experiment with the vinegar. Then what happened was it started growing and then it stopped growing. So I don't know whether it went in that direction, because in the house the temperature in our house is not so warm and it's winter right now. So I thought maybe it's because of cold, or maybe it's just the wrong recipe. So what I've done is that I have done one of them is purely with the recipe that I've done, and the second one is where I added a store-bought kombucha. And so what happened was the one that had the vinegar in it grew, and then I don't know what happened. Maybe because I've added more tea and I stopped. I didn't put any vinegar afterwards. I was just putting the tea, sugar, and it kept on growing and growing and growing. And now it's like a proper SCOBY, and it's really big. And this is the one that you're gonna see just later on, where I changed the batch. And this one is actually an accumulation of 3 small SCOBYs that I was growing, and now they've turned into one because I wanted to put it in a bigger jar. So this one is in black tea, and this one is made out of green tea. Both of them are quite dark because I use brown sugar and not the white one. According to the literature, and according to different sources, the information that I have gathered so far is conflicting. So what I will do is, once it gets a bit warmer again, let's say spring, summer, I will do another experiment by the Russian recipe that I got. I will do again with vinegar and see what happens, whether I grow a mother of vinegar or whether I grow an actual kombucha. Now the thing is, with this kombuchas, with both of them, I have not had any problems with mold because I've always kept them covered, and I made sure that plus I kept it in the warmth in a way. I use a heating pad where I put it between them, and so far they've been doing a great job. This works really well. Both of them work really well. You can see a lot of bubbles, there's a lot of CO2 that's being produced, and the yeast is there. The second batch that I'm preparing right now is incredible. I've already done one cycle, and it's amazing. It doesn't stink of vinegar, it doesn't taste like vinegar, it tastes like an actual kombucha. I've done some experiments with flavoring as well, which I will make probably a video about flavoring and second batch preparation and stuff like that. But so far so good. So they look identical to each other. One of them is just a bit darker, but they still look identical. It's just darker because of the black tea. 2 kombuchas, both of them are working. I don't know if the vinegar thing did anything in the beginning. I don't know if it affected anything, but so far both of the Scobys work great. They are absolutely amazing. They produce amazing stuff. They grow, they look identical to what you see everywhere else. Yeah. 2.5 months of torture with this, because these things take time and they need heat. Not too hot, not too cold, because if it's too cold it will be moldy or it will just stop working. It will take even longer. But the result is incredible, and now I can give away mothers. This is the second fermentation that I'm doing. This is from Friday. Over here you've got, you see how much gas there is, and this is also a mechanic cup. I mean mechanic closure mechanism. Anyway, so you see, look at the bubbles. There we go. You see the bubbles? This is because the second fermentation is happening. I added raisins, hibiscus leaves, and kombucha, and a bit of brown sugar, just to give it a little bit more of a taste, like kind of nice taste. So thank you so much for joining, and let me know if you guys have any questions. The Russian speakers, if you're watching, let me know if what do you call it? If the recipe that I initially used is the same with what you heard. And I highly recommend this book. This book is incredible. It really teaches you a lot. I've learned a lot. Maybe that's why I have 2 successful Scobys that are working, and they're doing proper batches, and they are properly gasified, I would say. There is work, you can see there is work going on. There are bubbles everywhere. It's constantly brewing. It's incredible, and the result is really good. So recommended for sure, and yeah, see you in the next episode. Au revoir.